And this interim featherweight championship title bout, scheduled for five-minute KSW MMA rounds, overseen by technical head and referee Thomas Bronda. Chris, take it away, baby.
It's 25 minutes potentially. Both guys have got to be patient. Both undoubtedly have a game plan. I expect Parnasse to do the dance on the feet, set things up and create options. For Buchinger, he's got to find a way in. He's at an ever so slight reach disadvantage in this one, but he's a very skillful striker. He can score points, he can kickbox with proficiency. It's going to be the first mistake that I think could open up the tidal wave.
With the skill set Parnasse has, that 21 years of age youth advantage makes his reflexes 3 times Buchinger's, his speed 3 times Buchinger's. He's got the toolkit, he's got the patience, and that's an old head on a young body. Just look at him close the ring down. He's moving to the right, Parnasse, and he's closing down all the options for Buchinger. We're still early doors yet. It's scheduled for 5 rounds. Left, right, left combination there. Sharp as needles and twice as bright. That's what Salahdine Parnasse is.
Very aggressive for Parnasse. Again, we talked about it during the walkouts. Every single fight, he turns up the notch just a little bit in the aggression department.
He looks relaxed, he looks fluid, but quick's the word and sharp's the action for Parnasse. He comes to do business. The champion here, not wanting to give that belt up. Oh, double kick there on the inside of the thigh. Buchinger getting a wake-up call here. Where's the coffee? I can smell it. That's what Buchinger is saying to himself. Parnasse really stalking.
The left cross, straight down the middle, has landed just a couple of times. The hand fighting from the southpaw position for Parnasse is opening that up. The inside kick is on tap as well. He's working for that outside foot position, moving to the right. Very textbook southpaw kickboxing so far. Buchinger knows what's up, but he just got cracked there well. That left tagged him again. He's kept his composure. He's very, very skilled. He's got so much ring time under the belt, but Parnasse is a different breed.
Parnasse is the danger at the door. He looks so relaxed, but then when he unloads, it's hypersonic. He just throws those missiles. Look at that, that is supersonic. And Parnasse really starting to get into his flow. And this is becoming a samba of pain as Parnasse dances this game of death with Buchinger. Oh, and the style, the showboating, right-left combination, and Parnasse takes the steering wheel. He's driving the show here, and just look at how easy this is on the eye.
I love the hand fighting to open up the 2-3. By that I mean the cross, then to the lead hook. Because he hand fights, he steps in with the cross, then throws the hook back. And the speed is just a different level. Again, he's just more comfortable at this point with the range, the distance, and the timing, and of course the pace. Buchinger is just caught in the headlights.
Well, you know, Parnasse is using the head of Buchinger as a time ball. He's just banging away there as if it was effortless in the gym. Real solid exchanges. Parnasse stalking here, and I tell you now, you've got to come early and come quick and come hard if you want to take away the Frenchman's belt.
He's nodding. He knows that Buchinger is starting to kind of audit and take some data here and then throw combinations back. You can't count him out. You can never count out a guy like that as a champion. He's a world champion. But Parnasse, thus far, has just been sublime in these exchanges. And the pressure, the control, the footwork. He's not giving Buchinger any space because Buchinger can dance. He can points fight. He's got a very, very good technical stand-up game. But this is where I thought Buchinger would probably find the path of least resistance, in the clinch. Early tie-up, we'll see who's got the upper hand.
Well, all KSW fans, amongst the many champions and fighters in the roster, this is a fighter that brings the excitement of your wedding night. When you're pay-per-viewing here on KSW, Parnasse on top in that open guard position, and Buchinger now in a world of pain here as Parnasse looks to open up.
He's gonna go for the finish here. It's exactly how he set up the finish in his last fight. It was off a trip. Buchinger's great, but Parnasse is at least 3 steps ahead in most of these exchanges. Controlling the legs, will he look for the pass? And the tempo. People just don't have training partners who play with the tempo of the fight like Parnasse does. That's one of his gifts.
He's got the face of a cherub. He really has. But when he opens up, well, it's a festival of pain. I do believe a bell went. That was the 10-second. They fight on. And Parnasse finishes the round strongly. That's the bell. Round 2 of a scheduled 5. This championship title bout shaping up to be one of the most exciting bouts tonight in a card that's had first round finishes. We go to the second round. Parnasse, Buchinger.
It's a very dominant round from Parnasse. I mean, I could score that 10-8 personally. And noticeably, Buchinger has gone out there with some more urgency at this point. But he's just not finding the flow. And that, I think, is what Parnasse has a gift at. He excels at making very good, very talented fighters look average.
Well, there's a bit of redness on the face of Parnasse now, and this second round is a different story. They're exchanging some heavy hits here. Buchinger's got his stride here. He's landing shots, and there's a bit of a glow under the red under the eye of Parnasse, so he's felt what Buchinger is capable of. This might not be a cake to be walked, and a little less showboating now from Parnasse, and a little bit more action.
One of the things he's often doing is playing around with the rear tools, so whether he's going to throw a kick or a knee, or a left hand, all from the left side. And he'll kind of feint and fake and show you something and then step in. Because he'll show you this from outside striking distance, and then he kind of pops in and then comes right back out.
Yeah, Parnasse has a lot of moving parts, doesn't he? Just look, there's no part of his body that isn't tense or relaxed or moving at any stage. There's a left hook, and he's down, Buchinger. That was an absolute peach of a shot. Oh!
Difficult to see whether or not he's going to go to the ground. He didn't want to earlier. Tomasz Brunner got him to stand up. Open guard here for Buchinger. Parnasse holding on to the legs, thought about standing and passing. No thank you, sir, he says, back to the stand-up.
Well, there's no doubt about it. The skill and talent, those gloves of Parnasse, they're sprinkled with stardust, and he sees that back fist coming, and he's not in the space, but he's in the space. Oh, Buchinger goes for that single leg, but Parnasse keeps his balance. It's in the clinch and it's on the wire.
Nice catch from Buchinger. Dragged the leg, was reaching for double unders, got one on. Oh no, did he lose it? Yep, Parnasse is looking to pummel. This is the risk. Parnasse has actually shown some great physical strength in these exchanges. He's got double unders. Does he have the 10-finger grip? And look at those little shoulder kind of bumps. He's kind of shucking and moving and destabilizing and trying to tip Buchinger one way and work him another. We saw that in the Roman Szymanski fight a bit. That's how he caught the inside trip multiple times.
Well, we've seen an absolute bouillabaisse of techniques from Parnasse. Feints, scares, shots. He really has got an arsenal, and a lot more that we haven't seen yet. He's keeping it, you know, nice and workmanship-like, because he's up against an industrial opponent. This is a real test for Parnasse, and Buchinger making life very difficult. And at this stage, Parnasse must be saying, I've tagged this guy with some of my best shots, and he's still there. And he looks lemon fresh, Buchinger. He doesn't look as if he's fatigued at all. In fact, Parnasse starting to blow a bit.
Yeah, he ran into some resistance about a minute into this round. Backed off. Started to reset a bit. I mean, he's still landing some good shots. I don't necessarily see this as Buchinger's round, but it's been a much more competitive round, and Parnasse has correctly, because there's a potential another 3 rounds after this if we do see the next 80 seconds. So it's going to be some energy conservation. It's going to be some management. It's going to be some cage control. All of those things come into championship fighting, especially when you get an additional 10 minutes.
Well, Parnasse starting to get a little twitchy now, because Buchinger starting to work the counter. He's got the range, and Parnasse starting to miss with those shots, and you expend a lot of energy when you're putting the hench behind it that he is. He needs to maybe ease off the power and get the accuracy right, but he's got him in the crosshairs, and Buchinger making a great comeback here in this second round, I have to say.
It's definitely a good return to getting some form, but it's not enough. It's not enough. Parnasse is still up in this fight, and he's winning this round in my book.
Well, Buchinger desperate to maybe take it to the ground with a positive outcome. Parnasse not allowing it. It goes to the wire. And this is where the energy is drained. Working the clinch here. 10-second clapper. Strong round for Parnasse again. And really extolling all the virtues of a true champion, Parnasse. 21 years of age. Let's not forget what's going on here. That's the end of round 2. That really was a showstopper. We go to 3 of 5 in this championship bout. Salahdine Parnasse, Ivan Buchinger. Parnasse fighting out of the red. Buchinger fighting out of the blue. Parnasse fighting southpaw. He's a natural southpaw. Lands that left. And both these fighters looking as if they don't want to go the distance. No one's trying to showboat or play around now in the third. This is a decisive round for Buchinger, but Parnasse knows that. He's ahead maybe 2 rounds up till now, so it's very decisive for Buchinger.
Nice. The left hand is still money. And Parnasse can lead with that left, or he can set it up. That's one of the lessons we've learned so far from 10 minutes of competition. But this is better. If Ivan Buchinger can get the game going, if he can work the clinch, if he can tire Parnasse out.
You know, it's real intelligence and real skill. Parnasse was actually listening to the corner of Buchinger, so he was able to preempt what Buchinger was being told to do there. He just glanced across and he was able to listen. I mean, that's smart.
Right now, I'll have the advantage, of course, being a little bit closer to his. That's also smart.
Well, the pace just starting to slow down, as you'd imagine. This started at full throttle. This was a wheelie out of the traps, it really was. And, you know, that kind of energy, well, it's enough to power a small town in the southwest of England. It really is. They've calmed it down now, and they're starting to work the locks.
Good stuff. You notice how Parnasse kind of reaches his underhook a little bit deeper in the clasps and then attacks the body. He's wrenching the position open and then throwing in the shot. Very active. This is exhausting. This is grueling. And why I said it in the first round, both guys tied up. Who kind of jockeys for position? Who can kind of open things up? It's an early point of data, or data.
You say data, I say data. Let's call the whole thing game on. And it is game on in this interim featherweight title clash. Defending champion Salahdine Parnasse, and making his debut, Ivan Buchinger. I mean, that's a journey, isn't it? To come straight into KSW as a title challenger. So now a bit of space between these two as they trade punches. What a great right hand there from Salahdine Parnasse. Right, left again. I mean, Buchinger's taking some hits here. This really is solid connection. Goes for the shoot, single leg takedown. Great spread there from Parnasse. Manages to evade most of the trouble. Up go the legs of Buchinger. Is this danger zone for Parnasse? He's too smart for that. Bit of a scramble and a sprawl on the ground. And Salahdine Parnasse out of there.
Couple of things happened. There was a great sprawl from Parnasse. He had the right arm in with the overhook to frame. Worked through the scramble, thought about the pass, saw Buchinger maybe going for a leg lock position, and he resets. I mean, that's the smart thing. You're like a sprinter off the starting blocks to get out of those positions because you can't take chances with a guy who's that kind of experienced.
So the first real test for Salahdine Parnasse, and what a test it is. They ain't over yet, but this is a shift that Parnasse is putting in, and this will be the defining element of his championship, this defense.
He pulled guard. Oh, he's going to go for the choke will. That's it. That's a wrap, son.
Well, he's got it on.
That looks tight. He has the figure 4. The question is, can Buchinger spin out? That was really fast.
Let's just see if the leverage is there. He's hanging on, Parnasse.
It looks like Buchinger was able to spin the correct way and relieve the pressure. If Parnasse can convert to a north-south position, he could open up a better opportunity. No, he looks to let go. Wow, that looks so tight. He actually had the modified guillotine in with the figure 4. That was fast, that was lightning.
Well, Parnasse wants to get it to the upright, and that was a little go and show from Parnasse. He's just saying to Buchinger, I can hurt you, and he does again. That left hand like a piston, hitting twice in the speed of light. And Buchinger, well, he is a durable opponent here, but he is taking shots, and it's raining pain. Hallelujah, it's raining pain for Ivan Buchinger. Parnasse seems recharged. A new shot of energy in on the 10-second clapper at the end of the third.
Great performance from both guys, and Buchinger has shown resilience. He's shown understanding of position. Takes a brave guy to flop to your back like that to relieve the pressure on the choke, because Parnasse is an opportunist. Buchinger was able to escape. That was brilliant.
That choke went on like a virus, didn't it? There was no stopping that thing. I mean, he pulled his arm through. That was just sheer grace and elegance in the strangling game, if such a thing exists. So we go to round 4 of a Schedule 5. It's a title bout here at KSW, and this is the longest we've seen two opponents check each other out in the cage tonight. We've had stoppages in the first round, and we've only had a submission in the second. We go to 4, and it is Ivan Buchinger of Slovakia taking on Salahdine Parnasse from France.
Single leg entry. Thought about reaching for the upper body off it because he wasn't quite deep enough. I've got Buchinger down in this fight. 10-8, 10-9, 10-9. He's at a deficit here, Will, to the point where he really needs to gun for it. He needs either very dominant rounds or a finish.
Oh yeah, we're definitely in pulling rabbits out of hat territory. But, you know, a puncher's chance, and we've not really seen Parnasse tested. Savinsky tested his chin a couple of times. Savinsky, of course, having a first-round victory tonight like a hot knife through butter. And Parnasse just doesn't want to go to the ground here. Well, this is a methodical and an industrial discombobulation of Ivan Buchinger by Salahdine Parnasse. I have to say, Buchinger has brought so much to this, and it ain't over yet, but the strength, the skill lies with Parnasse. Open goal, throws that left in there. Buchinger has to eat pigskin. I mean, you know, I just think we're in for more of the same here if it goes to the 5.
Nice. Parnasse is just threatening time and time again with that left. You know, well, I did the math here. Buchinger needs this round 10-8, and he needs the next round 10-8 just to tie on my unofficial scorecard. So he needs a 10-7 in one of those rounds or a finish if he wants to walk away as a champ.
Well, we saw rolling thunder there, and against an opponent like Salahdine Parnasse, that's a little sign of desperation, but he lands it the second time. There's courage, there's creativity for you. Didn't quite land it, but that starts to cause a little bit of pain on the shoulder blade, but Parnasse responds.
It's just his understanding of the southpaw matchup for MMA as well, because this is not just kickboxing or boxing. It's a whole different dimension when you got to mix in everything in one sport. Oh, that was big. 1-2. I mean, Buchinger was on ice. He dropped. The knees buckled there for a second, Will. And that's a desperation shot. He's wobbled, for sure.
Yeah, this is a danger zone here now for Ivan Buchinger. Parnasse sends it. What an absolute escapology act there as he sprawls and back up Salahdine Parnasse. I mean, you know, he's a will-o'-the-wisp, and look at him push that hand straight through, and Buchinger straight up. But this is really survival time now, and Buchinger just doesn't have an answer here. Parnasse, well, meaner than a scorpion. Look at that baby face, but that really is pain in a pair of MMA shorts.
That's the right choice. Get him to stand up. He's clearly hurt. Parnasse can pick him apart here and slowly work the finish. He's got just under 90 seconds to go, but if he's clinical, he can get it.
Parnasse just waits for the gap in the defense, then pulls the trigger, and boom, boom, you get hit. Oh, up goes the high kick. Parnasse now throwing it all in. In go the hands, they're heavy. This could mark the beginning of the end. How much more of this can Buchinger take? He's really taking shots here now. This is incredible bravery from Ivan Buchinger. Parnasse on the hunt here, and this is like a lion stalking a springbok. He really is going in for the kill. This is nature at work as Salahdine Salahdine Parnasse senses that one speck of blood in the water, and like a great white shark just turns and hones in.
He's thinking about that choke again. He thought about going Dars. Stand up again though, for sure. The clock is running. Why play around with the choke? He might be able to get it, but I feel like he had the best opportunity on the feet because Buchinger was on the verge of being out on his feet.
We still got 20 seconds left, and just look at the strength. This is where the youth comes into play, and Parnasse, well, showboating. The crowd just love this fighter. You've got to give it to Ivan Buchinger as a challenger. We're almost on the 10-second clapper. It will go the distance. Fifth and final round at KSW 52 here. The featherweight interim title on the line here. Champion Salahdine Parnasse defending, Ivan Buchinger the challenger. Buchinger came to this with 36-6. Salahdine Parnasse undefeated, 13-0-1. What a clash it's been. It's the only outing tonight that has gone beyond 2 rounds here at KSW 52. We have a sneaky feeling the writing might be on the wall, save for a miracle for Ivan Buchinger, but it's been Salahdine Parnasse all the way here, and it really has been singing in the rain for this sensational from France.
It's crazy to think that Buchinger has only lost on points twice in more than 40 pro fights. His last loss on the judges' scorecards more than 8 years ago. He's never been submitted either. So, you know, I wasn't too surprised he's been able to deal with the grappling and the choke game of Parnasse. He can hang for sure, but Parnasse has just simply made him look second class tonight. And that's taking nothing away from the skills, the heart, the grit, and the determination.
Absolutely. Buchinger has put in a performance here tonight, but Parnasse just operating on another level. Look, everything is paid. The knee strike, and he's just being mauled by Parnasse, and in goes the pain again and again. Buchinger just hasn't got an answer here. He's just got to soak it up. Well, he's got a whole round to go, and it's Salahdine Parnasse who looks lemon fresh here coming into this 5th round. He's ahead on every round on points, and you've got to ask, is there a hat? Is there a rabbit for Ivan Buchinger to do something incredible here? He needs to be David Blaine, and I don't think he is. Oh, tries a jump guard there, but he just lands into an area of pain. Parnasse.
Again, another act of desperation. We saw in the last round, he actually jumped guard. He did it again here. He was going for wild stuff. He was going for a throw. He was going for an Ippon or something along those lines. Couldn't quite tell, but this is just bad news.
Well, he's in the hurt locker now. Parnasse senses it could finish here. Our referee, Thomas Bronda, looking very carefully, and he goes for that choke again. Oh, Chris, you got that number right. Parnasse softening him up, but the arm's right through. Can he pull it up enough to get leverage?
It's going to be tough. He's been here. He's tried a couple of different times. I like the fact that he's thinking about the sprawl first. He's always making sure he's in the correct place to defend any opportunity. He's willing to take a couple backward steps. He puts in reverse a few times. That's okay.
Well, when the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's Salahdine Parnasse. He has just made an absolute mess of Ivan Buchinger tonight. He really has. And just look at the confidence. It's as if he is inspired by a host of angels, punishing Ivan Buchinger from every corner. Buchinger on his toes, though, finishing strongly in this 5th round. But look at Parnasse. Just grace and elegance itself.
It just shows you how well prepared Buchinger was. And also Parnasse. I was a little concerned about the cardio when Buchinger started to switch it on a bit after the 2nd. But Parnasse has held his ground. He's poured on the octane where he's needed to win these exchanges and dominate the rounds. It's a clean sweep on the scorecards right now.
From the 3rd round, Ivan Buchinger looked as safe as a stray cat on a highway. He really has been in the danger zone for the last 2 rounds. And I mean, brave effort there. But I have to say, Parnasse never once looked troubled. Buchinger takes him down, not enough to hold him, and Parnasse wants to finish it in the upright, and that exchange from the punches and then the knee strike, and Parnasse says, come on, bring it on, let me finish this cleanly. We've got just over 30 seconds left in this 5th and final round, but the champion looks to retain the belt here with an incredibly strong finish. But what do you do with Buchinger? You've got to put a stake through his heart or a silver bullet, because he's not going.
I cannot believe the fact that Buchinger has retained some element of creativity, a little bit of desperation, and no hesitancy at all. Never back down.
Yeah, never back down. 10-second clapper, and Parnasse just showboating, but it's all over. Save the tears. And Parnasse, rightly so, retains the title.
Panie i panowie, sędziowie byli jednomyślni.
Ladies and gentlemen, winner by unanimous decision, and still KSW featherweight champion of the world, Salahdine Parnasse.
What a title defense from this young KSW prospect. He really shook up the world. He's got it all, and he's got it all in droves. Salahdine Parnasse defends his title against stiff opposition. That was no walk in the park. He's the real deal.